On the last video, we talked about shipping and landing costs, and then I was about to give a lot of illustration, but I was time out, so I couldn't continue. That's why I'm making this video. I was trying to explain the difference between shipping with sea and with air. I said for air, within 10 to 14 working days, your goods have landed. But with sea, you're going to be waiting for 70 days, 80 days, 90 days, as the case might be. So it's a long journey. But the price is different. Just as the previous calculation that we did, we discovered that we have 50k difference in price, but meanwhile almost 70 days difference in days also. One is more expensive, but the days, within 10 days, 14 days, you have gotten it. One is very cheaper, but you're going to wait for months before it comes. So and then I was trying to give an illustration of you buying a deep freezer 500 liters, very big and wide. And if that deep freezer is just 5 kilo, deep freezer 500 liters, if it's just 5 kilo, it will be better you ship it via air, because due to our calculation with 70,000 naira, you are going to bring in 5 kilo worth of goods. So the size does not matter with air. The size does not matter. What matters is just the weight. But with sea, even if it weighs 1,000 kg, if it weighs 1,000 kg, what matters is the space that it's going to take. What matters is the space that it's going to take. So let's now look at it. By the time we take the CBM of 500 liter deep freezer, we are going to discover that it's going to take, because the height is originally higher than 1 meter, and the length is around 2 meters, and the width is 1 meter. So you are going to be paying more than 500,000 naira to bring 500 liters of water, 500 liters of deep freezer. You're going to be paying more than 500k. But meanwhile, if it is 5 kilo, it's just 70,000 naira with air. So you can see that each of them have advantages and it has disadvantages. Imagine that you are to bring what will I okay, just imagine that carton of milk that I use as an example, let's imagine that it's not milk that is inside. It is iron, steel that is inside that carton. Iron is inside that carton, and the iron weighs like 200 kilo, because metal are weighty, so the weight is very high. So let's imagine it weighs 200 kilo. So bringing something of 200 kilo with air is going to cost us how much? Let me use my system calculator to check. 14,000 times 200. So it's going to cost us 2.8 million to bring that carton, that same carton that I show you, that same carton of milk that we are using as an example. If the weight is 200 kilo, bringing it with air is going to cost us 2.8 million. But bringing it with sea still remain 18,200 naira. Can we see that each of them has advantages and it has disadvantages? Why? the weight is much, but it does not occupy any space in the container. It's only occupying small space. So it will be better to bring it with C, even though the carton is small, but the weight is much. So we are going to bring it with C than bringing it with A that will cost us 2.8 million. So let us now look for another calculation, another mode of calculation. If you don't want to go through that lengthy calculation, I ask us to download the app. The app is called CBM Calculator. CBM Calculator asks us to download this app. Most of you will remember that we downloaded this app. So this is CBM Calculator. How do we use it? You can see it has about 6 interfaces. So just click the one that has CBM Calculator. So you click CBM Calculator. You can see we have height, width, and length. By the side, you can see the unit. We have in CBM, we have in cm, we have it in millimeter, feet, inches, meter, yard, and etc. So let's take that example now. I think one of it is 500. Okay, it's in millimeter. So 500 millimeter. The second one, I think one is around 350, and I think one is 200. You can see the same result that we have when we do normal biro and paper calculation. We have 0.035. You can see the result. 0.035 is what I'm still also having here as my result. So if you are now having that carton and you now have 2 of the carton, you just change the quantity to 2, 0.7, or the carton is 20, 0.7. When the carton is 2, it was 0.07, but when the carton becomes 20, it was 0.7. If the carton is 200, it will become 7. You can see. So this is CBM, 7 CBM. When it's 20, it was 0.7 CBM. When it was 2, it was 0.07 CBM. When it was 1, it was 0.035 that our calculation gave us the other time when we were using pen and biro. So this is how to use this. So when you are using this calculator, CBM calculator, remember the unit. You have to change the unit. So let me see. If we are doing, let's imagine we are doing CBM. We are doing centimeter with that same calculation. Centimeter. You can see when I convert the calculation that is the 500, 350, and 20 to centimeter, I'm still having 0.035 CBM. So that is how to use the calculator. I know using the calculator will be much more easier, but I just need to take us through the normal calculation so that when we come across something like that and then we don't have CBM calculator with us, we should be able to calculate it with pen and paper. So that is that about that 1 meter. Okay, let's see if 1 meter online will give us 1 CBM. 1 meter. Okay, 1 meter, 1 and 1. As I've said that 1 meter height, 1 meter width, and 1 meter length is 1 CBM. You can see it is 1 CBM, and your quantity depends. If you're having this and you're having like 5 of 10 of it, it's 10 CBM, as the case might be. So this is how to use it, and this is how it works. So please, if you have not liked my page, like the page. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Anytime I'm uploading any other video, then you will be able to see it, and then you'll be able to join. You'll be able to view it. So I would like to have your comment on the below the video. I'd like to take your comment, and if you have any question, you can ask. I'll be glad and I'll be happy to answer you. Thank you.